I do have copies of Aquinas Flinched here if anybody wants to talk to me, discuss them afterward. I'm going to read from my next publishing venture. This is from a book-length poem called Huncke. It's written in ottava rima. I finished it earlier this year. I'm looking forward to it being published early next year by Seven Towers in Dublin, as Wendy said. Basically, it is a 12-canto, including 2 intermezzo cantos, cycle of tales. Each canto is one of the readers at the memorial reading, and overall it tracks the development of the narrator from completely skeptical about going to a memorial reading for the prototype beat, Herbert Huncke, to quite reverent and having a better understanding in regard to impact on art, literature, music, and history, and how it really worked with the whole beat movement. I'm just going to read the first canto here. Canto I, Huncke. The poet Morton from the Open Mic invited me on Facebook to a bar, a night of poetry. It meant a hike down Bowery, but it wasn't all that far. He organized the reading, and I liked the guy, despite the skulls on his guitar and his memorial for Herbert Huncke, the prototype for William Burroughs' Junkie. He'd signed on Thurston Moore of Sonic Youth and Patti Smith, some doyens of the scene who carried less marquee. To tell the truth, he'd resurrected quite the old routine of squeaky Froms with little John Wilkes Booth. I'd never been particularly keen on hipster scribblers, but you see, I'd sent out invitations to my own event, and so I went to Wikipedia to bone up on the luminary thief and prostitute whose online media runs viral with a hypertext relief that lights full paragraphs. The blue procedure. Click the automatic links for brief biographies that conjure a penumbra of young, ambitious writers at Columbia. But here's the nut. He grew up middle class, he ran away, and lived through the Depression, hobo style. In time, he worked his ass on 42nd Street and took confession from the Ginsberg lot who paid in grass. Suburban junkies followed in succession. He held court at the Chelsea in his bed. The tab was covered by the Grateful Dead, and that was that. And this is Houston Street and Bowery, bumland. Lots of kids from Jersey smoking cigarettes outside effete cafes and bars. I feel him at the mercy of nostalgia, marching to the beat of hand-me-down catastrophes and hearsay revolutions in the spoken word towards some theater of the absurd where down the stairs in the performance space I see a flock I flew with years ago. I smile at every unfamiliar face I pass. I sip a beer, a vertigo ensues in which projected figures race through shadows, cycling to a garish glow. I'm swallowed by the room in Morton's eye. If Byron needs a hero, so do I.